We will now reconvene the special city council meeting. Madam City Attorney, do we have anything to report?
There was one item on the closed session agenda. The city council received a status report from legal counsel. No formal action was taken, and that ends the closed session report.
Thank you. The special city council meeting is now adjourned. Before I begin the regular city council meeting, I would like to inform members of the public that I will be taking public comment from non-agenda public comment and for items on the agenda via teleconference line. Those wishing to address the city council may call 562-299-6622 when I make that announcement. Persons speaking are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. Your comments will be recorded and you will be advised when your time has ended. Once your time has ended, the call will be immediately disconnected. For those who have submitted their comments via email, your comments will be read into the record at the appropriate times during the meeting, and no additional public comment will be permitted via teleconference. I would like to call to order the regular city council meeting. City Clerk Duarte, will you please take roll?
Mayor, I would like to inform members of the public that Councilmember Ashton is participating in this council meeting via teleconference. Councilmember Ashton?
Present.
Councilmember Rodriguez?
Here.
Councilmember Saab?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Frometa?
Present.
And Mayor Pacheco.
Present. I would now like to invite up Greg Welch, Downey Police Department Chaplain, to do the invocation.
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you again for another evening where things get done, things get discussed, and things get hashed out and over. We first, Lord, we call for civility. All the ladies and gentlemen before me are servants, and we trust that you will bless them, bless the integrity that they have in all the work that they do for the sake of our city and our citizens. We also ask, Lord, that you calm the feelings and the intentions of dissension. Let words be spoken, but with respect. Comments that are not pleasing to you or to other individuals, may they be squelched, and that the points to be made are made without feelings being hurt and anger rising. We thank you for each one of these city servants, our police and our fire, and we also thank you for our citizens of this great city. We ask that you bless this time, make it fruitful. In your name we pray. Amen.
I would now like to ask Councilmember Saab to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would now like to do a presentation before we take council member announcements. I would now like to invite up Carrie Rios and Gigi Perez Saab. So I have here before me a proclamation for the 100th anniversary of the women's right to vote. I have this proclamation, and it states, whereas in 1920, the 19th Amendment to our Constitution was ratified, securing the right to vote for women. Whereas the road to suffrage was long and challenging, but the faith, fortitude, and resolute determination of those committed to this noble cause brought about a victory that continues to inspire today. Now, therefore, I, Blanca Pacheco, Mayor of the City of Downey, do hereby proclaim August 18, 2020 as a day in celebration of the 100th anniversary of the ratification of the 19th Amendment, and encourage the community to commit to building on these accomplishments and empowering all women and all girls to achieve their fullest potential. And I am awarding this proclamation to Seroptimus Club. It's a women's organization committed to helping women within the community and girls within the community, and they have made an impact here in our city of Downey. So I have here before us Carrie Rios and School Board Member Gigi Perez Saab to accept this proclamation because this is indeed a day of celebration where women were allowed to vote. So thank you. I would now like to invite up one of them to speak.
Thank you. Good evening. I'd like to thank the Mayor and City Council for recognizing such an important moment in history. Seroptimus International advocates for gender equality and works to help women and girls achieve their goal through education and empowerment. Recognizing the 100-year anniversary of women gaining the right to vote is something I'm very proud to be a part of as the president of Seroptimus International Downey. Thank you again for taking the time to celebrate such an important part of women's history. Thank you.
Now is the time for City Council member announcements, requests for future agenda items, conference meeting reports. I'll start off to my far left with Councilmember Alex Saab.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Welcome everyone who's in the audience. If you haven't had a chance, there's some agendas in the back, and remember, there's the QR code in the top right. You can download the agenda and view the agenda packet, and download it on the phone if you want to help you follow along. A few people in the audience I want to recognize. We have the Executive Director of the Downey Chamber of Commerce, Michael Calvert. Welcome. Thank you. Strong applause, strong applause. And then we also have my Planning Commission, Olveras Rometa. And we also have Parks and Rec Commissioner and also candidate for District 5, Mario Trujillo, in the audience. So school's back, and it's been a whirlwind of a week for many parents. Downey started about a week and a half ago, and I know LAUSD started last week, and some of the school districts around the area are starting as well. And boy, I sympathize with if you don't have kids, and especially little kids, Believe me, it's not easy. But I want to thank all the teachers and the administrators and everyone who really made it pretty seamless. I think today was the first day that there was an issue with Zoom, but overall it's been a good experience given the circumstances. And I just want to commend all those parents out there who are doing double duty with working at home sometimes or working remotely and helping the kids with their Zoom. And we'll get through this, as we always say, so hang in there. Labor Day is coming. Encourage everyone to stay safe. Make sure you continue to practice safe social distancing. I know there's a tendency recently, it seems like people are getting a little more lax on the masks and the social gatherings. And, we certainly don't want to see another uptick like we saw after 4th of July. So we please encourage everyone to continue to stay vigilant. We're making some progress in the numbers, pretty much across the country, and we want to make sure we don't go backwards. We always move forward. So please stay vigilant. Rocket Fever was last week, and wasn't able to participate. It was virtual, but there was a lot of. I did see it on the news leading up to it. Ben's here. There he is. Ben Dickel's here, and they got a lot of good PR there. So thank you. And once again, another one of those things that we make the best of what we can in the circumstance, and you did that. So I just want to thank Ben and the entire staff for doing that. And I know our kids appreciate it, and the parents, and we just got to make the best we can. So we appreciate that very much. If you haven't had a chance, I encourage everyone to go on our city website. There's a lot of, believe it or not, there's actually a lot of opportunities for activities for kids and for adults through our Parks and Rec. There's a lot of different departments, but the Parks and Rec department has a lot of opportunities and activities and classes that you can do. Our Parks and Rec hasn't skipped a beat, and they've done a great job in transforming virtually wherever we can. And Jason and Aldo have done a great job, and the entire staff. So there's arts and crafts activities and coloring things, and then there's some classes you can take online. And same as the Space Center, there's some activities there, and don't forget in our library as well. So just encourage everybody that when sometimes people say, we're bored, there's nowhere to go, or nothing to do. There's a lot of stuff on our fingertips. It doesn't have to be just going on Netflix and watching movies. You can do a lot of activities from your computer. And that concludes my comments, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Next up, we have Mayor Pro Tem Claudia Fermetta.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's always a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to see new faces joining us tonight. I'm not going to recognize the individuals that my council colleague recognized, but I want to say welcome. And for those of you that are tuning in via the YouTube channel, welcome as well. We have a lot going on in our city, and it is really a pleasure to see that in spite of this pandemic and in spite of all of the things that we have going on around us, the city of Downey, its staff continue to work hard. I want to draw close attention for those of you in the audience, but certainly those that are joining us via YouTube channel, that this coming Friday, August 28th, in conjunction with, or in partnership, I should say, with Assemblywoman Cristina Garcia, the LA County Library Crescent Food Drive, the City of Downey will be participating in a drive-through food distribution, and this is going to take place this Friday, August 28th, from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. At the LA County Library located at 7400 Imperial Highway. We realize that food situations are still impacting many of our families across many places. And as I've indicated, this is in partnership with the Assemblywoman Cristina Garcia and other agencies. But from a city standpoint, we want to make sure that those residents within our city that are being impacted by the pandemic and that are in need of food, that feel welcome and that know that we are supportive of the efforts to get food on their table. I also want to remind our businesses. And I know you know that we support our business community very much. This pandemic is unprecedented, and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and Small Business Administration has released some numbers, and some of these numbers are quite stark in terms of the percentage and the number of small businesses that have closed or those that may not survive this economic time. And so in the city of Downey, we've taken steps to help our small businesses. However, having said that, I do want to remind our small businesses that there are parameters and there are guidelines that we have within our city in which we must continue to adhere and operate. We continue to be under the LA County health order, and we have to maintain, for the safety of our residents, and as has been said already, we are optimistic with the number of COVID-19 hospitalizations that are going down, and we are optimistic with what we are seeing in terms of projections. But we will continue to see continuous COVID-19 positive cases because there's a lot more testing out there. Having said all this, I want to please have a call out there to all of our businesses to ensure that you are practicing safe guidelines in terms of operating. Earlier this month, there was a announcement from the city, and that announcement was very clear. It was a reminder for our businesses, our gyms, our fitness centers, our hair salons, our barbershops and nail salons, that they could operate outdoors through a temporary outdoor program that the city of Downey was starting. And all they needed to do was contact our city's planning division. I think that continues to be the case. And so I want to reiterate, while we don't want to be punitive and be out there saying, gotcha, you're going to be closed, we want to make sure that we are operating safely and that we have the standard guidelines within our city. On another note, I do want to say thank you to Aldo and staff for the Be a Good Neighbor campaign. Downey Good Neighbor campaign was just started last week. And again, as Councilmember Saab indicated, our children went back to school in Downey Unified about a week and a half ago. And a lot of people these days are working from home, and they're Zooming, they're starting college, and they're going back to school at home. And so we have gotten over the last several weeks calls regarding noise and noise complaints. And we want to remind our community and our residents to let's be a good neighbor. There is a city noise ordinance, and that is Municipal Code Section 4600. And if you want more information, you can visit our City of Downey website. There's also another construction alert. In the middle of all this pandemic, we continue to work hard and make sure that our roads are fixed, that our medians that were implemented have the greenery that we've discussed in the past. And so there's a median landscape improvement project that began yesterday, Monday, August 24th. And this is going to cause delays, this starting as of yesterday, through October. Now, where is this taking place? This is along Paramount Boulevard between Firestone and Florence. And so making sure that our community is aware, our social media channels continue to share this information very broadly through Facebook and Twitter. And I want to make sure that as a resident to please make sure you follow that. I also want to give a shout out to our Downey Fire Department. Chief Gillespie shared with us last week that through the Area E Mutual Aid that Downey is part of, Chief, you indicated that various cities within Los Angeles County were called upon by CAL FIRE to assist in the fire suppression efforts in Northern California. Right now, we are dealing with two of the largest historic fires the state has ever seen. And so I just want to say thank you for sending a strike team out there to help those communities. And we are very grateful for all of our fire department does, and certainly our prayers and our thoughts are with them as they continue to assist during these difficult times. Lastly, I do want to let the community know that through Celico, there is a second round of COVID-19 small business revitalization fund grant, and that was also disseminated through our social media channel. Now, these grants will be up to $5,000, and realizing that for a small business, $5,000 may not be a huge amount of money, but yet we realize that every little bit helps during these times. If you want more information, please contact look at our website and contact us. And last but not least, I do want to point out that, and I think I mentioned this during the last time we had our council meeting, the City of Downey released the 2019-2020 City Accomplishments Annual Report. And I want to make sure that the residents that are tuning in and those that continue to ask, what have we been doing over the past fiscal year? That we realize that this city has been really, we've really rolled up our sleeves, and we've done as much as we can in terms of COVID-19 response, but also ensuring that the Measure S projects continue to go forward. So thank you all. Have a good evening, and please continue to stay safe during this time.
Thank you. And next up, we have Councilmember Sean Ashton.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I have nothing to report. Thank you, Madam Mayor. But the echo is still happening.
Okay. Next up, we have Councilmember Rick Rodriguez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing me to sit in this seat. I don't have a lot to report. You know, obviously, we all know during this pandemic time we're working from home or Zoom meetings here and there, and they're kind of not the same as meeting face to face. But one thing I want to share is that, you know, our Kiwanis Club is actively, aggressively trying to support our Downey YMCA. And so if you're a member of Kiwanis or would like to be a member of Kiwanis, I would definitely encourage you to get involved. Our Downey YMCA is a huge, long time piece of our Downey history. And so you can contact Alex or myself on how to get involved. I attended a SIACA board meeting via conference call. SIACA has done a great job during the pandemic time. This is a great time to get a pet. You're home most of the time and need a companion. We've been able to almost empty the shelter a little bit, and so that's a great thing. And then just a few days ago, Mayor Blanca and myself, we did an Altabid meet and greet, and as they kind of gave us the bad news, they're leaving Downey to go to Norwalk. However, we're very proud of the fact that we helped them grow their business over the years. And the reason they're leaving Downey is because they need a bigger facility. And so we're very proud of our relationship with Altamed. And the last thing is our Mayor Blanca Pacheco is running for re-election, and I was very happy to help kick off her campaign with her. So congratulations. I'm sure you'll do well, and God bless you and good luck. That's it for me.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Thank you very much. So I apologize for anybody that is watching us in Zoom. I believe we may be having some technical difficulties. I don't think it's on our end. I think it's something to do with Zoom. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So welcome everyone. Welcome to our council meeting. Thank you for joining us either here in person or virtually. I do want to start off by congratulating our Mayor Pro Tem, Claudia Fermetta, for being elected to serve on the NALEO board. This is a huge accomplishment, and this is wonderful for our city, so congratulations. Some events that I attended on August 13th, I attended a socially distanced neighborhood watch meeting. It was a really good turnout, and I was happy to see residents engaged. So if anybody out there watching wants to start a neighborhood watch meeting, please contact us here at City Hall, so that way we can get you started with your neighborhood watch meeting or group. I did want to mention an event that we are having, the Mayor's Drive-In Movie Night. We are showing A League of Their Own. Unfortunately, we sold out, and we sold out in a matter of hours. Is that correct, Jason? 2 hours? How many participants are we allowed to have? 50 cars. So we have 50 cars. That's wonderful. So this actually shows that people want to go out. But the good thing about this event, it's socially distanced because people will be in their vehicles. So this will be a great event. Thank you, Jason. Also, we are having a mayor's photo contest on social media. So if you want to share a photo with your pet, please do so. You can dress up your pet. And you can win a contest as to cutest costume. It's look-alike, if you look like your pet. And also favorite, what's the last one? Cutest rescue. Thank you. So it's a lot of fun. Please follow us on social media to get more information. And as our Mayor Pro Tem had mentioned, Celico does have a program to help local businesses affected by COVID. You can apply online for the $5,000 that was mentioned. If you do a search on the internet for Celico, and it's spelled SELACO, you should be able to find it. Or you can contact us here at City Hall, but that information is located at Celico. And also, if you had an opportunity to get the agenda on the back, we have a QR code, and you can scan it on your phones, and it will bring up the City of Downey accomplishments 2019 to 2020. And also want to make a request to our police chief. I wanted to see if we can do extra patrolling on Friday and Saturday evenings on Foster Road near the riverbed. There appears to be a problem with street racers doing donuts in that area. I know it's been a problem throughout the city, but I recently heard complaints from residents over there. Thank you. And I want to conclude with just reminding everyone, do your best with social distancing. When you can, please maintain social distancing, and please eliminate from having any type of social gatherings at your home. We need to all work hard and work together to get through this pandemic. So again, thank you. Thank you for being here with us, live or online. I would now like to invite up our City of Downey Emergency Manager, Racty Cloak, who will be providing us an update regarding COVID-19.
Buddy, thank you so much for having me today. I know we hear so much about COVID-19 on the news, so I'm here to provide more updates and a quick summary of what's been going on for the past 3 months since my last update back in late May. And this is just a quick photo I wanted to share. This is our Department of Public Works. They worked tirelessly, and this is an example of how city staff is demonstrating how we social distance. Here it is again also with our fire department. So some things I'll be sharing today. I will give a timeline of what's been happening since May 26th, some current stats, what Downey has been doing, what is the health order now, and what you can do to get more information. So with that, in May, we saw many things opening. Faith-based organizations, in-store shopping, drive-ins. We saw hair salons opening, barbershops, in-person dining. On June 1st, City Hall physically opened our facility to the public to walk in. I just want to remind you that city services have always been available remotely by appointment. So services has always been available during the pandemic. In June, we saw some other things happening. We have temporary outdoor dining program. We saw that it was a requirement to have a non-contact screening and mask at city facilities. You've probably experienced that for those who came or who've come today to our city council meeting. And we also had the city council approved the COVID-19 emergency rental assistance program. The health order started loosening up. We saw fitness centers reopening, swimming pools, and other facilities, obviously with some restrictions. The city also launched the COVID-19 Emergency Residential Rental Assistance Program. We also saw later in that month, the county reopened nail salons, spas, tattoo shops, casinos, wineries, and such. Unfortunately, in the end of May, because of the uptick of the COVID-19 cases, we did see that the county closed bars and wineries. Later in July, early July, we started seeing that the county did prohibit indoor dining, close museums, zoos, aquariums, and did require face coverings and gloves at gyms. To help with these efforts, in anticipation of July 4th weekend, Downey did close our city parks to try to mitigate exposure of COVID-19. In mid-July, the county continued to the county closed indoor operations of gyms, fitness centers, personal care services, hair salons, indoor malls, and places of worship. However, some of these sectors were able to operate outside following industry and city regulations, which many of our council members have mentioned a little earlier. We did lower our, what we call our City Emergency Operations Center level to level 3. It just means that we continue to monitor the situation. Everything's been relatively consistent. Late July, again, to help support local businesses, we did close Downey Avenue between 2nd and 3rd Street. Here's a picture, and you may have seen it already. Many of our local businesses are setting up their outdoor dining area. And we also extended the temporary moratorium for evictions for commercial and residential tenants to September 30th. Now in the month of August, some things you may have experienced. If you've been to our local farmers market, you've seen that it's been relocated to accommodate the closure on Downey Avenue for the outdoor dining. On August 6th, the county did open a COVID-19 testing site at Rancho South Campus to allow for more testing. And on the 12th of this month, the county did revise its health order regarding schools reopening waiver requirements. Some exciting news here for Downey CERT, which I also oversee that program. We are now embracing an online format in which you can take the Community Emergency Response Team's training online, the lecture. There is an in-person assessment that will be pushed off till a later time, but at least you can get the training now, at any time, and open to anybody. As you see on our agenda today, we do have the temporary, we are temporarily suspending fare collection for Downey Link and Dallas Ride. Some other things that's been happening is the county did release some protocols for youth sports leagues. And as mentioned, there is a food drive on the 28th at LA County Library headquarters. Please share with family and friends who are in need. It's open to anyone, to the public. Some current stats we're looking at right now. I know that if you follow it, it is always increasing, but just keep in mind that testing is made available, testing has been expanded, so you'll continue to see this number increase. We're currently at 232,893 confirmed cases. Unfortunately, LA County-wide, we have seen 5,558 deaths, and this is as of August 28th. Here in Downey, we have 3,600 confirmed cases, and we have lost 76 lives. Very sorry for this who have been impacted by the pandemic.
Just to be clear, it's 3,600 from the beginning,
Yes,
not
correct.
3,600 active right now.
Correct. It's since the pandemic has started. So this is an aggregate number. Thank you.
Today, right.
So what have the city's been trying to do to help or respond to this incident? We've had 352 business contacted related to COVID-19 related compliances. We've had close to 2,000 phone calls to our COVID-19 hotline, which is staffed by city management staff. And we've had 2,445 social media postings as of August 17th. What are we also doing at our city facilities to help mitigate the spread of COVID? As you may have already seen, we have plexiglass, 6 feet distancing markers, temperature screening as people come in, and masks are made available to those walk-ins who may not have it on hand. Some other things that we've been doing is we are also pursuing various grant fundings that might be available to us to help recoup COVID-19 expenses. And this includes the CARES Act, FEMA, CDBG grants. And we were very fortunate. We've had support from the state and the county who's helped to provide us with personal protective supplies to help us with the reopening and for the next several months. Here's our Parks and Recreation staff. They have been tirelessly working since the pandemic started. Since June 1st to August 20th, we have distributed 17,582 senior grab-and-go meals, conducted 4,200 wellness checks, and have also completed 1,200 home meal deliveries. Everyone has been very active and busy. On the forefront of our virtual forum, as you can see, the Parks and Recreation also have a virtual online recreation center dealing with fitness, arts and crafts, enrichment. They've also created hashtag Downey at home to help people stay connected and engaged. And we've already mentioned a few earlier, that public contests and prizes for participation and partnership with Kaiser. So those are just some pictures of some of our virtual programs. And here's some other ones as well. Again, mentioned Mayor's Pet Photo Contest, Rec on the Go, Drive-In Movie, Virtual 5K, Home Decorating Contest. The mayor has been very active as well. She's conducted weekly or bi-weekly videos focusing on COVID-19 updates. You can follow her on our social media. Our community development. As of August 24th, we've had 28 outdoor dining applications, 10 outdoor business applications, and we've distributed 516 residential rental assistance programs. We also have still received 238, and we have 96 on the waiting list. City clerks, the two ladies right here, they've been very busy as well. We continue to conduct business, conducting bids outside, ensuring social distancing. Here's a picture of that. And as mentioned earlier, our Space Center continues to stay active virtually, delivering online summer learning program to 700 kids a week in LAUSD, virtual space summer camp that went on till July 31st and the virtual Rocket Fever on August 15th. Our library continues to stay active as well, providing virtual summer reading programs, distribute 100 plus summer reading packets to the public that included a free kids book. You're probably wondering, what is the health order now? I'm not going to read this, I'll just highlight a few. You can still go to beaches, day camps, drive-in movie theaters, hotels. What are some things that are open for outdoor services? Includes gyms and fitness centers, places of worship. There are several things that are closed, however, includes arcades, bowling alleys, movie theaters, bars, family entertainment centers. Grocery stores, however, been open, and also lower at risk retail such as bookstores and jewelry stores are open. Stores with exterior doors are open. I'm sorry. Stores in the malls with exterior doors are open. Breweries and brew pubs and wineries for retail sales are still available as well. If you're curious what's open, please visit us at our website to get a full list. And I know it's really hard. It's been going on for months, but please continue social distancing whenever possible. So that's our city website. Please visit us there, and you can get up the most up-to-date information. Follow us at #CityofDowney. We also, if you're not, social media is not your thing, call us at 562-299-6711. And if you're interested to learn more about our Downey Senior Wellness Check program, feel free to call us at 562-904-7238. And as always, you can visit LA County's Department of Public Health's website. And if you're looking for social services, please call 211. Oops, I apologize. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ragdi.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. That was a very thorough presentation.
Thank you.
Now is the time for non-agenda public comment. Members of the public wishing to address the City Council regarding non-agenda public comment may now call our teleconference phone line at 562-299-6622. For those who submitted comments via email, your comments will be read into the record, and no further public comment via teleconference will be permitted. Before we begin the non-agenda public comment period, I would like to remind members of the public participating telephonically that the city meeting rules contained in the Downey Municipal Code prohibit any conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting, even if you are participating telephonically. Each speaker will have 3 minutes to address the City Council on issues that are within the city's jurisdiction. Since we are under a federal, state, and local emergency declaration in Los Angeles County Safer at Work and in the Community Order, I will limit the non-agenda public comment period to 30 minutes pursuant to Downey Municipal Code Section 2105G. City Clerk Duarte, do we have any?
Mayor, we do not have any speakers on the phone.
City Clerk Duarte, have we received any written correspondence on non-agenda items to be read into the record?
We have not, Mayor, and we actually have one call coming in right now.
Okay.
Mr. Herman, please have a seat till we get through these comments, and then you can get up.
Mr. Herman, please sit down.
Please go ahead and begin speaking.
Hi, this is Juan Martinez, better known as Joey, here from the city of Downey. I want to start off by asking Ms. Flometa to stop saying that COVID cases are going down when they're actually going up. Your focus on businesses and opening early when you shouldn't have against medical expert advice is what has caused a mass fluctuation of COVID-19 cases in our city. We are one of the most impacted areas in the entire county. So for you to use a Donald Trump talking point to say that more testing causes more cases is ridiculous. That is not only ignorant, it is harmful to our communities, and it's going to create more damage in the long run. Another issue that I have is that you guys are not doing everything you can for businesses. There are businesses right now that are open that are not meeting COVID-19 health guidelines. You guys are not doing everything you can to not only inform them on how to conduct themselves properly, but you guys are not even providing any sources that they can be using. So in the long run, you guys need to do more. I also want to take some time to tell Ms. Pacheco, who is running again, please don't run. You created an ad hoc subcommittee to attempt to stop the First Amendment protected activities. You cut down the public comment from 5 minutes to 3, robbing the people of what belongs to them. You supported SB 625, a water privatization bill, behind the backs of the community without informing us, without having a city council vote. So everything that you have done has been corrupt. And to be telling people that you're running again to continue that corruption, I don't think so, Mayor Blanca Pacheco. And any candidate running in any district that takes endorsements from these criminals and says nothing while they violate our rights and they do dirty deals behind our backs is not taking our city seriously and should not be running for city council either. So with that said, Mayor Blanca Pacheco, please don't run again. Please just resign quietly into the darkness and leave us alone. And please stop. Please, for God's sake, stop using my tax dollar payer money or our tax dollars to run your campaign through the government. This mayor's photo op, you could have done that with just putting the city's name, but for some narcissistic reason, you want people to see your face in all these ads because that's what you want to do. You want to promote your campaign and your actions to the community.
Time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, my
Do we have-
apologies. I do have 2 emails that I need to read for non-agenda public comment.
Okay.
I got it. Mayor, the first email is from Kevin Esse regarding public comments at the August 20, oh, I'm sorry, it's for public comment of the August 25th meeting. And it reads, "Greetings, councilmen and women of Downey. Today, I would like to address Councilmember Rick Rodriguez and his laughable outrage at the end of the August 11th session. I can see why you usually stay quiet, because your statements were riddled with contradictions. You claim to be about God, country, and family, but you continue to be sheepishly reactive as opposed to proactive about the growing number of homeless individuals and families in Downey. You say a large percentage of Downey residents own homes and have families, but you show little remorse or support for the residents with families, holding on by a thread to the housing they may lose or have lost due to COVID-19 or other unforeseen circumstances. You love to tout your support for the troops and play up your love for the Veterans Memorial, yet I highly doubt you know the percentage of homeless veterans sleeping out on your very streets. You state that Downey is proudly 77% Latino, yet you and the other members of the council, including your beloved prodigy, soon-to-be ex-mayor Blanca Pacheco, continue to ignore the desire your constituents have to hire a permanent Spanish interpreter, shutting out many of the voices within that proud 77%. It won't be hard to replace your seat with someone who shows moral fiber. You've got to have some for there to be a lack. All I see from you is false patriotic pomp and an addiction to status and property values. Vote Alexandria Contreras." Next email is from the Friends of the Library, from President Virginia Yoshiyama. Regarding proposal to name the children's room at the renovated Downey City Library. I am speaking on behalf of the Friends of the Downey City Library, a nonprofit organized in the late 1950s to support our city library. At our August 2020 board meeting, we voted unanimously to propose to the Downey City Council that they approve the naming of the children's room at our renovated library. the Claudia Daly Children's Room. With this act, the city has the unique opportunity to recognize and honor Claudia before she retires from her service of more than 54 years. Claudia has served our library in many capacities, and none is more deserving of recognition than her years of leadership and service within the Children's Room. She has interacted with thousands of children, many of whom are now adults bringing their own children to the library, and whom Claudia has loved and in whom she has instilled a lifelong love of reading, illustrative of her commitment to the children's literacy. When the library was closed in 2019 for renovation, she continued children's story time here in the council chambers and organized a very successful children's summer reading program in Fairmont Park. This summer, because of the COVID pandemic, Claudia led children's story time regularly on your YouTube, and hundreds of families participated in a drive-by at the Space Center to pick up free books for their children's reading at home. As the adult literacy coordinator, Claudia has contributed immeasurable to our community, hiring and training hundreds of volunteer tutors over the years to teach adults wishing to strengthen their skills in reading. She has organized a yearly volunteer recognition brunch where these volunteers have been recognized for the wonderful changes they have helped bring about in their adult students as they learn to read. Even now, during the trying times, she has mailed books out to her adult literacy students to keep them engaged and actively learning. Claudia has created a legacy of love for reading, which she has embedded into our community and for which she is dearly loved by many. We ask that our City Council thoughtfully consider our request and honor this unique individual who will be remembered for years to come by families who bring their children to our library. Thank you, Virginia Yoshiyama.
City Manager, can we look into that?
Sure. Excuse me.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Members of the audience who wish to address the City Council regarding non-agenda items may now come forward.
Understand why we take arms against tyrants, a government to fight against the encroachment, rapid gentrification, to preserve the right of life as we do for the people. Ralph M. Brown Act. Where's the transparency when it comes to the RNC? Scott spoke very well about poverty. I too grew up in poverty like the majority of you, but didn't become a worthless fucking nigger. And I stand by my words, and I declare this an opinion based on why is it a problem, so highly contested issue, in part because the power displaces often low-income families and often prevents low-income families from living in their own communities, moving into affordable neighborhoods. 3 items: displaced as a cost of living increases. 2, San Francisco, Oakland, cut Kamala Harris, the stupid bitch from Oakland. Count 3, urban development, low to high rising rents, and no living costs for affordable rent, as you heard.
Mr. Herman, you can keep it down. We can all hear you.
Mayor.
I'm going to take a break if you can't keep it down.
Madam Mayor.
This is your warning.
Simply because you wish to cry out and interrupt my worthless 3 minutes, on behalf of the public's concern and interest, COVID-19 has determined that soon people will be unable to pay their rent. People will soon be unable to live and work in their communities. What have the Democrats done besides burn the state of California? What has Gavin Faggot Newsom and his dumb bitch Auntie Pelosi done for us? So the outcry for you to understand virtually, as Mr. Rick Rodriguez pointed out, that I recruit people of the community to come to public hearings. Well, no, people come to public meetings to contest you, to show their distrust in what local government has done, how you failed in the eyes of Donald Trump and the Republicans and the Democrats for your worthlessness. Fuck you, 42 U.S.C. 1983.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. Can we clean the area?
My name is Franklin Dean. I'm a resident of Downey, California. And I want to say, first off, thank you, Mayor Pacheco, and all of the city council. I've supported each of you in one way or another, and I'm thankful you all do a very good job. I appreciate especially our police and fire departments, all of our civil servants, and I respectfully commend everybody all the citizens that have come here for participating in this. COVID-19 is on everybody's minds, and it's affected, our response to it has affected our life. I don't disagree that there's a disease out there. There are many diseases out there: AIDS, HIV, hepatitis B and C, active tuberculosis, MRSA, all of which I've been personally exposed to, as well as COVID-19. The human body is made to resist infection and heal. I understand that sometimes things go wrong. While we're dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic, illness, whatever you want to call it, we have made a lot of people suffer. We've closed down businesses, we've limited them, and I respect everybody's effort to try to keep people safe. I respect that. But I think the way we're handling this needs to be rethought. Our mental health is suffering in this country. People that are not able to work suffer financial and mental stress. There's just so many negative byproducts to our reaction to this. We can bubble wrap everybody, put helmets on them, make them stay home, and cover themselves with hand sanitizer. Guess what? Some of them are going to get sick, and some of them are going to die. I thank God for every day that I have. I don't take it for granted. And I don't take myself or my family or any of you for granted. I have a 94-year-old mother who's in a nursing home. She was exposed to COVID 4 times. Finally, after the 4th time, she got it. We can't be much more protected than she was. Thank God she recovered, but it was despite some of the efforts of the nursing home, we had to intervene. And because we intervened, and by the grace of God, she is now well from COVID. God bless you all.
Thank you. So I just want to remind, actually we have another speaker. Welcome up, Mr. Lee.
Lee Squire, Vietnam veteran, United States Army. Good evening, Mayor, City Council, and we the people of the City of Downey. Subject, Proclamations to the healthcare workers at Downey Kaiser Permanente Hospital and PIH Downey Hospital. Coronavirus. First and foremost, I give God the glory for saving my son's life. He was at Downey Kaiser Hospital from March the 23rd, 2020 to April 16th, 2020, and on the ventilator for more than 20 days. These healthcare workers never gave up on my son and always gave me hope. Over 700 people prayed for our son, and when I spoke to doctors and nurses, every time I did, I stated this, and that they were praying for them and their families. Yes, the healthcare workers signed up for this, but they did not sign up for putting their families' lives at risk. During the Vietnam War, we knew of the risk of our lives, but our families' lives were not put at risk. They are giving all they have, and they are, quotation marks, boots on the ground. They are the symbol of courage under fire. Please consider my request. God bless America. God bless the healthcare workers, and our prayers are for you and your families. I salute you as a Vietnam veteran for the heroes who you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
To close public comment?
Second.
Public comment now closed. So I just want to remind members of the audience and those here and virtually that we are under the Los Angeles County Public Health Orders. We do not create our own health orders here in the city of Downey. We instead abide to the Los Angeles County Department of Health Orders. Also, our hospitalization numbers are down, and our death numbers are down. The numbers for positive cases are increasing, but the good news is hospitalization numbers are down, and that signifies that we are getting better. And I get this information during my weekly phone calls with Dr. Barbara Ferrer. That's where I get that information. So as our Mayor Pro Tem had mentioned, we are doing good. She has the capabilities of getting this information because she does work in a hospital setting. She works at Kaiser. So I commend you, providers, for everything that you do. So let's keep up the good work, Downey. Now is the time for consent calendar items. Members of the public wishing to address the City Council regarding consent calendar items may now call our teleconference line at 562-299-6622. For those who submitted comments via email, your comments will be read into the record, and no further public comment via teleconference will be permitted. City Clerk Duarte, do we have any speakers?
Yes, Mayor. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Please state your name and begin speaking.
My name is Jaime Lopez.
Go ahead.
And I couldn't get through. This is my first time calling the City of Downey during a meeting. I couldn't get through several minutes ago when it was open to non-agenda items. So if it's okay with you, I can proceed with my comments.
That's fine.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. So I'm calling tonight because I'd like to know where the City Council members in the 40th Congressional District stand in terms of Black Lives Matter. I understand that the City Council may have previously made comments acknowledging racial injustice and that perhaps there's been references to Black Lives Matter in previous meetings. But specifically, I'd like to ask each member of the council tonight, including the city manager if possible, whether or not you each publicly state solidarity for the Black Lives Matter movement. I understand that you don't have to answer non-agenda items, but I also understand that the Brown Act doesn't prohibit you from expressing an opinion of solidarity. Also, I'd like to ask if it's possible whether you could indicate what you have read, preferably a book, that would indicate to your residents that you understand what Black Lives Matter is about. Thank you. I yield my time.
Thank you. Do we have any other speakers?
Yes, Mayor. Please state your name and begin speaking.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Luz. And listen, I'm really disappointed in the members there, especially Ms. Pacheco.
Excuse me, this is the,
Can you hear me?
for the consent calendar.
Hello, can you hear me?
Ma'am, this is consent calendar items. Do you have any public comments regarding consent calendar items only?
No, I was calling because I've been trying to get through. This is like the 10th time I called, and I was able to get through right now. But I'm really disappointed in the support of SB
this is consent
625.
calendar.
And I really think that is not right because it's
go
going to
ahead and
raise
hang
the
up.
water rates
Hang up.
for people who are really poor,
up.
who can't make it now.
So this is regarding consent calendar items only. Have we had any problems with our phone line? No?
No, Mayor, we activated the phone line when you read the announcement for
Okay.
non-agenda public comment. So the line was open.
Okay. Any other callers?
We have one call.
Okay, on consent calendar items?
I'll verify that. Hi, this is consent calendar items only. Do you have a public comment regarding consent calendar items?
I wanted to let you know that your system blocked people when it was time
Can
for
you
general
hang up?
comment.
It's not regarding a
That
consent
is why
calendar item.
people are calling you now and saying that.
Would you
okay?
like to speak regarding
we're
consent
keeping
calendar
track.
items?
No.
Yeah, we're keeping track that you're trying to silence us. That's fine,
Hang
but you didn't let.
One more? Okay. This is consent calendar items only. Are you calling about consent calendar items?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so in regards to increasing the budget,
What
sorry,
item
in
is that?
regards to increasing the
What item?
salary of the
That's
police
not on the
chief,
consent calendar.
it is insensitive
Not on the
that the
Mr.
city
It's not
council
on the,
That
Yes.
item is not on the consent calendar. It's under administrative report, so you will need to call back during that item for your public comment.
I wish to make comment right now, particularly because a lot of people are not being allowed to speak or are given access to speak.
it's, so he'll have to call back.
You'll have to call back for that item when we open that for public comment.
This is unacceptable, but
Thank you.
all right.
Hang up. Okay, any other ones?
No, Mayor, that's all.
Do we have any written correspondence on consent calendar items to be read into the record?
We do not, Mayor.
Members of the audience who wish to address the council regarding consent calendar items may now come forward.
COVID-19 is just a big money-making machine.
Which item?
You mean which item? Don't you know your agenda, Madam Mayor?
Which item are you speaking about?
Did you come unprepared?
Did you come prepared?
Yeah, item 10. What is it speaking about? COVID-19 temporary outdoor business activity program. So apparently, it's obvious they're trying to monitor my fucking speech. Monitor your fucking phone calls in a participant meeting of this agenda, as I clearly pointed out my point. Do you not understand that? It's the same fucking shit Democrats have done all our lives,
Mr.
making
Herman.
promises about COVID-19, allowing us to open our business, allowing us to work, and yet the same fucking politicians are fucking us over on COVID-19 because they regulate us on how we have to work on a pattern and practice that they themselves don't abide by. Do you understand me, Mayor? Am I clear?
Actually, I have,
Crystal clear, right? I'm crystal clear because my vision is to take Convoy to the stars.
Mr. Herman, that's not on topic. This is a warning. The next time you go off topic, you will sit
Adopt the
down.
resolution. Resolution of the City Council of the City of Downey authorizing temporary outdoor business activity. And like the same issue I've been speaking about when it comes to how the fucking Democrats don't want us to have jobs, want us to beg you to return back to the job, but with restrictions, in which the population of people don't follow the fucking restrictions, don't follow the fucking rules, and they follow the same pattern and practice that you taught them. Bullshit. Then, regarding public streets and parking stalls, am I on topic?
Proceed.
Of course, I'm on topic. Now, item 11, fuck item 11. Item 12, fuck item 12. Item 13, I agree because I like human resources. And number 13. Item 14, fuck item 14. In regards to the other items on the agenda, starting with item 1, approve the minutes. I spoke last week on item 1, 2, 3, and 4. Fuck the minutes. Then I want to talk about item 3, reject the bid protest. Fuck item 3. Regarding item 4, I think of it like Kamala Cunt Harris. Fuck item 4. Item 5, fuck Pelosi. And number 6, God bless Trump. Fuck you, 42 U.S.C. 1983.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. Is there a motion to close public comment? Second. Si-
Your mic.
Madam Mayor, I need to abstain.
I'm sorry, my mic was off. I'm going to abstain from item number 3, as it's within 1,000 feet of my home, and I'm going to make a motion for the remaining items.
And I need to abstain from item number 6. I own rental property within 1,000 feet of that.
And I will be abstaining from items number 9 and 10 as my office is within close proximity of the downtown Downey area.
And I'll second the motion.
Any others? Okay. City Clerk Duarte, will you please take roll call vote?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Ashton?
Yes.
Councilmember Rodriguez?
Yes.
Councilmember Saab?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Frometa?
Yes.
And Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
Okay, the consent calendar is approved with Mayor Pacheco abstaining from items numbers 9 and 10. Councilmember Rodriguez abstaining from item number 9.
No, 6.
I'm sorry, 6. I apologize. And Councilmember Saab abstaining from item number 3.
Thank you. Next up, we have administrative reports. Number 16, approve the renaming of the Downey Chamber of Commerce building to the David Gaffin Downey Chamber of Commerce in honor of former Downey Mayor, Councilmember David Gaffin. City Manager Livas, do we have someone providing a report on this?
Actually, Madam Mayor, this is an item that was put forward by Councilmember Rodriguez. Essentially, what it does is look to name the Chamber of Commerce building that's just off of Brookshire there. After the late David Gaffin, council member who recently passed away. And so that is up for, up for consideration tonight for the council. It's a nominal cost to rename that building. Actually, the request came from the Chamber of Commerce themselves. And so we're presenting that to you tonight for your consideration.
Okay. Any comments or questions? No? I will now open this item up for public comment. Members of the public wishing to address the council regarding item number 16 may now call our teleconference line at 562-299-6622. For those who submitted comments via email, your comments will be read into the record and no further public comment via teleconference will be permitted. Members of the audience who wish to address the council regarding item number 16 may now come forward and form a line. Well, actually, I take it back. Do we have any calls?
Mayor, we do not have any calls.
Do we have any written correspondence?
We do not, Mayor.
You may come up. Stay on topic.
I'm sorry.
Here it comes.
Madam Mayor, we're talking about a sign. Signs are welcome, are they not?
That's not on topic.
Well,
I'm warning you.
we're dealing with a name to a facility. A name can just be any name. But in this circumstance, we're dealing with a gentleman by the name of David Gaffin. I never met him. I got nothing personally bad to say about Mr. Gaffin. Matter of fact, I think Mr. Gaffin at one time was an excellent man and believed in the integrity of what Crazy Horse and Geronimo did for their country, which was to fight against the encroachment of its inhabitants and put a name in the history books on a facility, just like in the Dakotas. But I'm not saying because I am Native American and my family generated out of the Sioux tribe of the Arizona country land, who's to say that I am not part of the Cherokee? Who's to say that I'm not part of the Reform? Let me go back on topic on this shit. So the issue here regarding Downey Chamber of Commerce is simply an issue in the honor of a former mayor. Why can't we put it in the honor of a current mayor? Like, for example, Sean Ashton was one time a mayor. Why can't we name it in the honor of Alex Saab and his brother, the Honorable Judge of Downey? Why can't we not put it in the name of the first woman mayor, who she may be or not be in her next election if she's not voted out? But I'm not here to judge. I'm only here to prove a point that renaming the Downey Chamber of Commerce building to the David Gaffin Downey Chamber would be an honor. As we remember, again, the great name of the fighting Native Americans against the encroachment and the rapid gentrification of the white men, the white settlers, who came in their caravans to destroy our population and to steal our land and destroy it with diseases. However, God, country, and family is the logo of Mr. Rick Rodriguez, and I believe Mr. Rick Rodriguez should honor that on behalf of Mr. David Gaffin. After all, it is on the agenda.
Thank you, Mr. Herman. You may have a seat.
Thank you, Mommy.
Hold on. Good evening. My name is Michael Calvert. I'm the Executive Director of the Downey Chamber of Commerce and a longtime Downey resident. Thank you very much for considering our request. Just to let you know a little bit about Mr. Gaffin and his relationship with the Downey Chamber. He was a 35-year member with his own accounting office. He was a board member for nearly 20 years, was a past president of the chamber, and for the last 5 years has been our treasurer. He volunteered for an additional year, which was after his retirement, in order to mentor our new treasurer, so everything kept on keel. Interestingly enough, his board term expired on June 24th. Mr. Gaffin passed away on June 25th. And so much like Dave that he wouldn't leave the job until it was done. I think it's important to know how much Dave worked behind the scenes in order to make the chamber more successful. He volunteered for many Christmas parades, street fairs, theater productions, which I would have paid to see the chamber, and maybe something we should bring back. I remember a particular rainy morning where he came out and we were making chalk lines on Downey Avenue for the street fair. And I made the comment, I said, is there a reason why the 60-year-olds are out here bending over with chalk? But he was always there. He helped me as a new executive director since I had no nonprofit experience, and he taught me how to be effective and how to work well with city officials. Gave me all the secrets. So it really helped me get things done. He is very special to us, and this recognition will help us always appreciate what he did for the Downey Chamber, and I appreciate you considering it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And happy anniversary, by the way. Yeah,
Did that come from the request?
It came from the executive director. They were aware of it after the fact and recommended it as well.
You know, a little also about something about Dave. You know, when Dave left the chamber, the board for the first time and got elected to sit up here, I became the president of the chamber there. And Dave he came back, became the ombudsman for the council during my time as president of the chamber. So you're right, Dave had a long history, and I think it's the most fitting, right thing to do. He put his heart and soul into that chamber to make it what it is today.
Honestly, he did it with a lot of organizations.
Yep. Yeah.
Many organizations.
Yep.
But, I mean, he did that chamber.
Move to approve?
Yep.
Second.
City Clerk Duarte, will you please take roll call vote, please?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Ashton?
Yes.
Councilmember Rodriguez?
Yes.
Councilmember Saab?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Frometa?
Yes.
And Mayor Pacheco?
Yes. I was already reading ahead.
The motion was approved unanimously.
The next administrative report is salary range adjustments for Chief of Police. Adopt resolution, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Downey establishing compensation for the position of Chief of Police. City Manager Rivas, do we have somebody providing this report?
Madam Mayor, we do. Our esteemed Human Resources Director will make a presentation to you. That's James McQueen, for those of you who know.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, Madam Mayor, council members. The item before you this evening is a proposed salary range increase for the police chief position. In accordance with Senate Bill 1436, local agencies must orally report a summary of recommended changes in the open session of the meeting prior to voting on salary or benefit increases for executive positions. At the June 23rd council meeting, council approved an updated memorandum of understanding with the Downey Police Management Association, which contained cost of living adjustments. In accordance with City Council Resolution 5290, cost of living increases granted for management employees will be no less than that of the rank and file employees in their respective departments. The current monthly salary range for the police chief position is $16,333.84 to $19,927.29. The proposed salary range adjustments for the police chief positions to coincide with the Downey Police Management Memorandum of Understanding cost of living increases are as follows. A 2% increase effective June 29th of 20 at $16,660.52 to $20,325.84. A 2% increase effective June 28th of 21 to $16,993.73 to $20,732.36 per month, and a 2% increase effective June 27th of 22 at $17,333.61 to $21,147.01 per month. The proposed salary range adjustments will increase personnel costs in the 2021 fiscal year by approximately $9,045.24. Sufficient funding is included in this current fiscal year's budget. And this concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Are there any questions? Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now open this item for public comment. Members of the public wishing to address the council regarding item number 17 may now call a teleconference line at 562-299-6622. For those who submitted comments via email, your comments will be read into the record, and no further public comment via teleconference will be permitted. Members of the audience who wish to, actually, let's take phone calls first. Mr. Herman, please have a seat. Is there anybody on the phone?
No, Mayor. Actually, yes, one call.
Okay.
Say your name and begin speaking.
Yes, this is Juan. Just want to briefly bring to the attention of the Downey City Council that while you guys are expanding the police budget and giving a raise in salaries, you guys are neglecting the majority part of Downey that is asking for you guys to be in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. There's been two protests here, two marches, Black Lives Matter, that have called to the attention of police departments, not only here in the city of Downey, but across the nation. The Downey City Council has refused to comment or to legitimize this movement. Now the Downey City Council is putting more officers on our streets to target homeless people. So with that said, when you are working out these budgets and you are increasing these salaries, take into account the areas that you are neglecting, and you are neglecting the people. I am my statement.
Are there any other speakers?
No, Mayor.
Okay, do we have any written correspondence to be read into the record?
You do not, Mayor.
Okay, those members of the audience who wish to address the council regarding this item may now come forward.
Are you still upset, Mommy?
Stay on topic, and I won't be.
Oh.
Mr. Herman,
Yes, ma'am.
we need to clean the podium.
I like germs. They keep me alive. Thank you for letting me die in peace. Because Dean Milliken has a long understanding about who I am and what I can be. But 2% within the next year from now is just a very long time. With COVID-19, people can die overnight. People can go into a coma overnight. So why are we postponing the chief of police, whose important job is to fight crime and prevent criminals, and I say criminals, corrupted people in local government? When it comes to such a case like case 2.20 CR 00326 JFW and the indictment of Jose Luis Huizar,
Mr.
an
Herman,
elected official.
Mr. Herman, warning. Next time I will
Madam
have you sit
Speaker,
down.
This is regarding SB 1436.
This is not regarding.
This is regarding the cost of living and the PERS for the chief of police.
Stay on
I'm
topic.
here in support of that. And now you're trying to block me in support of the chief getting more than just 2%? Actually, the chief of police should be getting what LA Chief Moore gets, a stipend, immediately and effectively, as I call it for the record, tonight. So I'm here to supersede the motion to engage that the 2% become a 6% effectively as of tonight. And at the end of those three payments of low interest, it will be calculated 6 times 3. Now you do the math, Madam Mayor. Now, am I in support of the chief of police, or are you still willing to suppress and monitor what you want me to say? Come on, Mommy. I'm in support of Chief Dean Milliken, but the 2% is an insult. The responsibility, the accountability, and the duty not to become an elected, ineffective, corrupted administrator in his position, which it can easily be done. And I know Dean Milliken would not do that. Not to the city of Downey or to the fact of his name and the name of his children. Whether it's from a first marriage, second marriage, or any marriage. The bottom line is, pay the chief of police what he deserves. If other cities can pay top pay to their chief of police, then do it like Pasadena and do it like LA. Fuck Mayor Eric Garcetti, for the record.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
There's another speaker, Madam Mayor.
Oh. The area.
This one I'm going to wing. Good evening, Mayor and City Council, and we the people of the City of Downey. Local policing is absolutely critical to the safety and security of our children, and that is probably the #1 concern for mothers in America. Local policing is critical to law and order. It's critical to the defense and in support of our United States Constitution as to public safety being first and most of the priorities in this city. I'm grateful for the leadership that this police chief has shown. I'm grateful for the leadership that he has shown, not just for all of the police officers, but for all of my police officers who are in fact my brothers and sisters who are military veterans. I fully support this and I salute you, and I ask that my brothers and sisters be safe out there. Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Move to public comment.
Is there a motion and a second?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make the motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. City Clerk Duarte, will you please take roll call vote?
Yes, Mayor. Councilmember Ashton?
Yes.
Councilmember Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilmember Saab?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Prometa?
Yes.
And Mayor Pacheco?
Yes.
The motion was approved unanimously.
Thank you. City Manager Olivas, do you have any comments?
Madam Mayor, just a couple of comments. First of all, I want to express my sincere thanks to the Public Works team and Police Department for getting stuff ready for Friday's food giveaway. It's a lot of work to make sure that happens. And the last time we had a food giveaway, we literally had thousands of people there. So we expect the same this time around as well. So, and they put in a lot of work. And I want to specifically thank Vanya, she's here somewhere, for her hard work in getting this together as well. And there she is. And then also I want to thank the staff for all the virtual educational and promotional materials that they've put out recently. They've done an incredible amount of work, both at the library staff, Columbia Memorial Space Center, and recreation staff. They've done yeoman's work in this particular time. There's a lot of really good stuff out there and content. So even though there are buildings that are closed in those particular areas, we have not stopped at all. We have not missed a beat. We've really pivoted to make sure that we're providing the necessary information that residents need. So I want to, again, thank all the staff and the council leadership on this particular issue. So that concludes my comments, Madam Mayor.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a comment to Mr. Herman. I'm a little offended. Didn't mention my name up on the chamber wall. He mentioned Alex, you, Claudia. But he didn't mention my name. Thank you, Herman. Good night.
Thank you. I also just want to thank staff, City Manager Olivas, and everybody for working hard. To our police chief and our fire chief, thank you very much for everything that our firefighters and our police officers do on a daily basis. Our residents truly appreciate both our fire and our police departments. And now I will adjourn the meeting in memory of Sheen Yarbo Powell, 23, Beaumont Police Department, killed in the line of duty. Deputy Sue H. Kim, Los Angeles County Sheriff. Sergeant Savad Johnson, 49, Detroit Fire Department, who drowned while saving 3 children from the Detroit River, and all lives affected by COVID-19. A moment of silence. Meeting adjourned.